चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं without wasting a time. In the last video, we've seen that how we can use the Terraform count, and in the Terraform how we can you create the object in the ACI with the help of loop and count. In this video, we will have a look for the Terraform module, how we can use a module like in the like in the Ansible we have in a roles. In the Terraform, we can create the resources with the help of modules also. So here is the T structure for the files. Okay, so I have an create this modules directory. In this module directory, I have an this one directory is tenant underscore cloud. Okay, so this is the main you can say main module, root module. We can say this is under that root module. We have created the main.tf file, which we were earlier creating everything, all the related variable, everything will on putting the in the main.tf file. And after that, under this modules directory, I've created a few subdirectory. Three directory, one for the bridge domain. I want to create a few resources for the bridge domain. And I want to create a tenant. So I have created the one module for tenant. I want to get the EPG and application profile. I've created the one module for that. And I want to configure a VRF. So I create the one module for the VRF. Under that, I have created the bridge domain. So what are the resources will be required in Terraform to create a bridge domain? I have put it in the bridge domain underscore TF file. And provider, what are the resources required to connect with the ACI and required plugin? So that part of the configuration I put in the provider.tf. And what are the variable required uh, to pass the in the resources in the bridge domain underscore TF? I have put the variable. So you can see that in every module, like in the bridge underscore domain module, we have three files: provider file, variable file, and their main file. You can put in the main file of bridge domain TF, any file name we can put up. Similar way on the cloud tenant, we have put the same TF file, provider file, variable file. For the EPG case also, we have three files. One is the main file, provider file, variable, and for the VRF also. So let me quickly show you the first. Let's verify this main file. That I'm going under the tenant cloud. We have so under this directory tenant underscore cloud, we have a main.tf. Let me open it. So here we have a provider block. Okay, this is required to connect with the ACI. Okay, after that I am putting the reference name in the Terraform. Like for the module tenant, I put the infra underscore tenant name. And this module, for this module, I here mentioned the I use the object source, and I'm mentioning the path. This is the path for this module for the tenant. Okay, so we have to go to one directory back, and then under the module directory and the cloud tenant, this is the directory. Under that we have three files related to cloud tenant.tf, variable.tf, and provider.tf. And here we are passing the name. So our tenant name will be written with the help of test underscore tenant. Similar way, for the infra VRF, I am putting the name, this reference name, and I'm putting the path. This is the path for the where the all the variable and resource name for this module is available. And here I'm passing the name of the VRF. And like when we create a VRF name, so we have to attach on the VRF, we need to attach the tenant ID. So here I'm putting the tenant output. So this variable output, this value, I will go from I will show in the how we can getting this value from the modules. Okay. So here I'm defining the path module dot infra underscore tenant dot tenant underscore output. So this tenant underscore output ID will be is generated in this variable in this here we have a cloud tenant.tf. Under that I have I have generated this output. So I have stored the tenant ID in this variable tenant underscore output. So I'm uh, getting this value, getting this object tenant underscore output in the tenant ID, and I'm attaching in the passing to the module here. Similar way here I've got the two bridge domain, infra bridge domain BDI 100. So I'm putting the variable BDI 100 source module. So this is the path for this bridge domain module, where their provider file and variable file and main.tf file is available. Okay. As we create the bridge domain, we need to pass the name, then we need to attach a tenant, then we need a VRF ID. So same way for from this module I'm getting that VRF ID, or similar way I'm passing here. So this is also same. And here I'm creating the one module for the EPG, and here I'm defining the path. This is the path for EPG module where the all three files are located. And here I'm passing the variable name EPG1 will be created. Under that is this EPG. I am attaching the bridge output. So this output variable. So this I'm getting from this module bridge domain 500. Okay. And under that, as you know, EPG, under that we need to attach a bridge domain and we need to attach application. So application profile will attach under EPG, and tenant we need to attach. So let's jump to the one of the file. Let's see how we are getting this tenant underscore output tenant ID from one module to another module. So let's go to the that I'm going in the module directory, and then module directory let's check for the cloud tenant. Under the cloud tenant, let's check the cloud.tf file. Here you can see that I've defined the resource name, resource ACI tenant, and name var.tenant. Okay, so here I'm generating the output. So with the help of this subject output, so we'll be able to get the ID, and that ID we can pass from one module to another module. And if we refer this variable file here in this module, so I'm putting the default value. I'm not passing any value because tenant value I passed from the main.tf file from here. From the outside I'm passing the, so this will be my, here you can say, you have to just, so this is, here I'm passing tenant value test underscore tenant. So I'm putting this value as a default word or tenant under the variable kept default. I can also pass the value here also. Let's check all three files for the other three modules also. Let's verify. Now we have verified the cloud underscore tenant. Let's verify the bridge domain now. Under the bridge domain, we have a bridge domain this TF. Under that, I'm using the ACI Terraform resource ACI bridge domain. So I'm putting the var.bd for this bridge domain name. Okay. And tenant DN I'm passing var.tenant output, which we have generated here actually in the tenant output here. Here we are extracting the output this resource ID value, and we are in this other module we are using the var.tenant r flood value we are relation, and here we are establishing the relation with the VRF, and VRF dot output we will see in the VRF module we have generated this VRF underscore output, and here we are generating the base domain output. This will be used in other where this required, so we can use that in the way base domain. Again, we have a variable. I'm keeping the default most of the thing. Only have defined the rfl just okay. So whatever bridge domain will create in every bridge domain, rfl will be yes. Okay. And similar way in the provider logging again, plugin detail we require to connect to the ACI. To verify the bridge domain, let's verify the VRF. In the VRF also, we have a 3 file VRF TF. So in the ACI Terraform resource ACI underscore VRF I'm using. Here I'm passing the in the VRF you need to define the two things, name and tenant ID. These are the two requirement. These are the two required objects we need to pass to create a resource in the ACI. And I'm getting the VRF ID from this output resource in the Terraform. Similar way, most of the variables are default. Okay. And provider block we have an again ACI plugin detail. Let's verify for the EPG, our last module. In the EPG here I'm creating an application profile. In the application profile we need to attach tenant. So tenant ID I'm passing, which we have generated in the tenant module with variable tenant underscore output. Here I am passing the name of the EPG and application EPG. Okay, here we are establishing the relation with the bridge domain, and after that here I am generating application output, and that will be required under that EPG. Okay, EPG. Then we can check a variable here. So most of the variable are default only for this application EPG. I'm putting the name application EPG. In provider block we have an. Let's run this code. Okay. So here we on the side actually I have run these two commands which we have seen. So let me submit the plan here. This is the plan.json. Okay. So this is how the plan look like. So in the root module, we have a main.tf. Okay. Under that module directory, we have created these modules one for the bridge domain 500, 501, and infra EPG, infra tenant, and infra VRF. Under that, these are the resources we are creating. ACI bridge domain, which we are using this Terraform resource to create the bridge domain. Under this module, also get the one BD, two BD will create, and one application EPG will create, and one application profile will create. Under the tenant, we'll get the tenant resource we are using to get the tenant, and one VRF will be creating. So let's push to the configuration. So this again Terraform init and Terraform plan. Let's push this in Terraform apply. Yes. It's creating the all the bridge domains. Pushing 91. Okay. 105 resource ready. Let's go for the verification. The Epic Fabric. Okay. Let me do the refresh this. So here we have a test underscore tenant. For the configuration theme only BD we need 100. So here we can see BDI 101. So bridge domain total. With the help of Terraform, we get the BDI 1, BDI 0, 1 to so 99 BDI got created 0 to 99. Let me 100 if you verify. Go down. This will be till 99. Here we can say 98. So all the BDI got created. Okay. So here's the last one 99. Okay, so with the help, so we can see that with the help of Terraform, we can break the code into parts in the module in the submodule basis, and after that, we can pass the variable as well. Like without the module, like we have passed the same parameter for the all the bridge domain. Like we can have a scenario where on the few BD we need a IP addresses only, or few on the few BD only we need to enable R flooding. On the few BD or not, we can make the change in the variable and the module section, and we can create the configuration. So let's modify the code a little bit now. Let's say we want to create 100 BD, okay, on the cloud underscore tenant, text underscore tenant, okay. So let's verify that. Let's change a little bit the code. So here we have to do the change in the main.pf. Where is the tenant? Sorry, tenant is cloud. We have the main.pf. So let 500 we are already using in the other objects. So let's go with this. Here, let me run the count object. Count is equal to 100, and here pass this index. CTI count of index. Okay. So this will create the BDI 0 to, so 100 BDI will be created. Okay, 100 plus 1, this one 101 BDI needs to be created on the ACI. Verify. So we have put this count object, okay, and that we are running index on this. Let's push the code. This again the Terraform init and Terraform plan. Let's push this in Terraform, apply. Yes, it's creating all the bridge domains. Pushing 91. Okay, 105 resource ready. Let's go for the verification. The Epic Fabric. Okay, let me do the refresh this. So here we have a test underscore tenant. For the confidence theme only BD we need 100. So here we can see BDI 101. So bridge domain total. With the help of Terraform, we get the BDI 1, BDI 0, 1 to so 99 BDI got created 0 to 99. Let me 100 if you verify. Go down. This will be till 99. Here we can say 98. So all the BDI got created. Okay. So here's the last one 99. Okay, so with the help, so we can see that with the help of Terraform, we can break the code into parts in the in the submodule basis, and after that, we can pass the variable as per. Like without the module, like we have passed the same parameter for the all the bridge domain. Like we can have a scenario where on the few BD we need a IP addresses only, or few on the few BD only we need to enable R flooding. On the few BD or not, we can make the change in the variable and the module section, and we can create the configuration.